Hello and welcome to KennyRoy.com. I'm Kenny Roy. This is the Ask Video Mail for the week of June 23rd, 2014. Welcome to the site to you new members, and welcome back to the old members. The Ask Video Mail is your chance to get your question in character, animation, or performance answered in the video, just like this one. But I need your question if I'm going to answer it right. Yes, so send it to webmaster@kennyroy.com. I go through all the questions and I answer the ones that I think will help the most people. There's no such thing as a stupid question, and it is the best way to get the most out of the site. I am super excited. I just got a few more Ask Video Mail questions sent to my mail, and I gave those people 2 free days added to their subscription. That's what I like to do. I like to give back because this is a content-driven site by you. You guys are in control of what you see here on KennyRoy.com, so send in those questions. Even though we had that big contest and I got like hundreds of questions, I still always can use more and more opinions and viewpoints from different people. So again, please send in those Ask Video Mail questions. I love to get you guys participating, and you get a video. You get a video just like this one, right? It is getting very, very, very exciting around here. I know I keep on saying that. Maybe I just have an exciting personality, okay? Or excited personality, all right? Maybe it doesn't take much to excite me, but I am constantly excited, and I'm truly and sincerely excited every single time I tell you I am excited. Why is that? Why would I be excited? Well, The Little Painter is premiering this Friday at the Gnomon School. I've invited all of my Facebook friends that are in animation in LA, so you can come and attend that in person. And of course, if you are a Kickstarter backer, you will be able to log into the stream. I will give you the login to the stream so you don't have to miss it. Okay? That's this Friday, the 27th of June. That's exciting. And also, Collabs starts in 2 weeks, and I just cannot be more stoked about the project that we have on our plate. It is fantastic, and it's got a huge amount of star power behind it already. It's so set up. I want to tell you all about it, but I can't do that unless you apply. So go to collabs.arconics.com and check that out. Okay, that'll be it for announcements this week. Let's jump to the question. It's a goodie. Ricard, very good question, my friend. That is a good one. I've never heard that one before, and the reason I wanted to answer this was because I was thinking about how certain fundamentals have been called different things, and how in animation we have sort of like these rules of thumb that apply across the board with some of the fundamentals, but not all of the fundamentals. And I kind of wanted to answer this, if I could, and invent a new rule of thumb that you guys could use. So I thought about this for a really long time. I thought about this for hours. Actually, I've been thinking about this. I decided I was going to answer this one last week, and every single time, like in the car, driving back and forth to work, brushing my teeth, I've been trying to hone in on this, and I think I've got it. I think you guys have heard, probably famously, that the rule of thumb that anticipation is thought. Right? Eric Goldberg likes to repeat it. I'm not sure if he made it up, but he definitely, if he didn't make it up, he learned it from the 9 Old Men. Okay, anticipation is thought. All right, what does that mean? That means that the more you anticipate, the more thoughtful an action, the more planned an action it is, and the more actually the audience has time to catch up with and be on board for when that action happens. Okay, so if I'm going to punch somebody and I just get him with my jab, why did I do that? I did that so that there would be no anticipation, and he wouldn't have time. He's like my audience, right? Or she. I don't know who I'm hitting. Let's not be sexist here. I might be hitting a girl. I jab so that they wouldn't be able to dodge my punch, right? So there's no anticipation with that jab. But if I'm going to throw a haymaker, right? There's all of that thought put into it observable by my audience, and basically it sort of telegraphs my action. Okay, it's a lot stronger when you wind up and throw that haymaker, but while you're rearing back to get all that power, the person launching you sees that and can put it all together, what's happening, where you're going, because anticipation is typically opposite to the direction that you're going to travel, okay, or the action you're going to be doing. So if I am doing anything that is not like super physical, the same rules apply, don't they, right? So if someone says like, hey, you can stay right here and I'll give you a soggy bologna sandwich, or if you leave right now, you can go get some cake outside. I would probably go like this. I'm gonna go get some cake, right? So this was a really long anticipation. So like, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, probably gonna go for the cake, buddy, right? I don't want the soggy bologna sandwich. And you don't want the soggy bologna sandwich, okay? Well, that's probably how you're going to do it in real life. However, you can play with that, and you can also animate it the total opposite way. And in doing it the total opposite way, you're actually doing like a little bit of a higher animation sort of performance choice, and you're actually showing how clever you can be. So if someone says, hey, you can stay here and I'll give you a soggy bologna sandwich, or go outside and you can get some cake. If you're standing there and they're saying that and zero anticipation at all, you just start going, right? Animate it the opposite to what you would really do. You're actually having a play. So let's relate this to what I've come up with Overshoot. Using an overshoot to finish an action, or a slow in to finish an action. Okay. So let's just take a very simple example of like me coming to a stop. Okay. So if I'm running towards you and I come to a slow in to a stop, what's the difference of that and me overshooting and coming back? Think for a second about what the real difference is between the overshoot and the slow in. Just for a second. I'll give you a second. Okay, here's what the difference is to me, and here's what I've come up with. Just like anticipation is thought, slow in is thought, but in a sort of a different way. Whereas anticipation is thought in sort of almost like a planning and a thoughtful way, slow in is sort of more of a preparation or a thinking ahead kind of way. All right, very subtle difference. So if I'm able to slow myself down, if I'm running and I come to a stop, this is where I want to be. This is exactly where I wanted to stop, right? Because I had, I coordinated my muscles to slow my momentum, to slow my inertia, and to take me right to this spot and no further. But if the idea of getting here is not completely finished in my head, then I'm going to almost arrive here, and it's going to sort of like almost surprise me that I'm here. All right, so a good example would be if someone yells from off screen, like, "Hey, come in here, there's cake," right? I'm trying to stick with the soggy bologna sandwich and the cake example, okay? So if someone yells, "Hey, come in here, there's cake," all I'm going to be concerned with is getting in, okay? How I'm going to access this cake, how I'm going to get, first in line or whatever, it's not thought out. The only action that is necessary is getting inside. And it's almost as if it takes me by surprise once I'm in here. Okay? It's a very different performance choice than doing a slow into this scene. Okay? So let's try it. Hey, come in here. There's cake. Right? A little bit of an overshoot because I've arrived and now it's like, okay, wait, I'm here. Where's the cake? Okay? If someone says like, hey, come in here and look at this bologna sandwich, I'm not super stoked about the bologna sandwich, and getting in here is not the imperative. Okay? I know that once I'm in here, what's in store for me is a soggy bologna sandwich. So someone said, hey, come in here and get this, smell this soggy bologna sandwich. I might run in, but I'm going to come to a slow into this moment, okay? So let's just recap. I think that very much like anticipation, you can use Overshoot to really solidify your performance choice. In that when you're taking a character to a place, or even if it's a gesture, let's just do a gesture as well, right? If I'm going to pick something up, if I have a very specific thing I'm going to do with it, and I've planned and I've thought ahead of that, I'm probably going to well, good contact means I'm going to kind of go through it. You know, I'm going to pick it up and move an arc through it. And I've talked at length about contact with you guys. But at any rate, I'm probably going to do it a little bit slower, and it is going to be an arc that has, you know, it goes only slightly through, right? But if someone's like, my hair is on fire, and this is like a water bottle in front of me, I might be so in such a hurry, thinking about, you know, oh my God, this water is so important right now. I might overshoot it and swipe it and bring it with me, okay? Because I'm just trying to get out. That's the imperative, okay? That's the only imperative, okay? So again, I think overshoot is the sort of opposite of anticipation in not just movements, because like anticipation is you move the opposite way and then you go, and the overshoot is you continue to go and then you come back. Anticipation is thought, overshoot is not thought. Overshoot is dealing with just that action. Okay, and as a performance choice, it kind of shows that your character is not like totally put together. So it's great to overshoot actions where your character is in a hurry, is in a rush, is doing something like sort of spur of the moment, is not able to think about or think ahead of what they're doing. Otherwise, they would be a little bit more precise, wouldn't they? They wouldn't, their body sort of determines, because like humans are animals of, that take the path of least resistance and conservation of energy and all these things. Okay, so basically the point is that if you have the time to think ahead, and what you're doing right now in that instant is not the imperative, then you're probably going to slow into your actions. Take this, refine it. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. If you agree with me or if you disagree with me, that's fine. That's totally fine. I even have a lecture series that I'm doing with Tim called Kenny is Wrong. All right? I can be wrong. But I'd love to discuss this with you guys. All right? So let's start a discussion about this. Find me on Facebook, send me a tweet, or go in the forums and discuss this idea. Okay? I really enjoy the question. It was a great one. Don't forget, you can get your questions answered in a video just like this one by sending it to webmasterkennyroy.com. I'm so excited. Please check out collabs.arconyx.com to get in. Registration is closing soon, though, so I'm not going to be able to accommodate everybody, but there are still a few spots open. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. It's been a pleasure. I'm Kenny Roy. Thanks for watching. Good luck with your animation. As always, rock on.